A compare-contrast paragraph is one which shows either the similarities or the differences between two things. A compare paragraph gives similarities and answers the question, what do they have in common? A contrast paragraph gives differences and answers the question, how do they differ? The paragraph below is an example of a contrast paragraph. My life in Canada is very different from my mother's life in our old country. The main difference is that, as a girl, I have access to education in Canada. I am in high school now, and I have studied a range of subjects: English, math, chemistry, biology, physical education, music, and lots more. My mother had very little formal education, and most of her learning was from traditional books at home. Another difference is that I have more freedom than my mother had. I can go out with my friends, see a movie, or play soccer. My friends are both girls and boys. I am even learning to drive, so I will be more independent. My mother could not do those things. She had to stay at home, help her mother, and learn to cook traditional food. She certainly could not go to a movie with a boy. Finally, I know there will be a big difference in the career opportunities open to me later. After high school, I want to go to college and train to be a paramedic or a firefighter. My mother did not have those opportunities. As a girl, she was not expected to have a career, and certainly not the kind of career I want to have. She got married when she was very young, and she has never had a paying job. I'm not saying my life is better than my mom's life. I'm just saying that living in a new culture makes a huge difference. What makes a good compare-contrast paragraph? It is about either similarities or differences. In one paragraph, you cannot address both in detail. You should say early in your paragraph whether you are comparing or contrasting. It shows similarities or differences between two things that already have some kind of connection. In the paragraph you have just read, the writer compares her own teenage years to those of her mother. This is a logical comparison to make. You could also compare two places, two kinds of music, two people, two religions, two systems of government, and more. Don't compare or contrast things that have no logical connection. It is about a topic that is easily managed in one paragraph. The example paragraph addresses a topic that is small enough to be covered in one paragraph. This is much more manageable than, say, a paragraph comparing Canadian culture and another culture. It is sufficiently detailed. As with all good paragraphs, don't make your reader guess what you want to say. Give examples. Steps for writing the compare-contrast paragraph. As always, your writing should begin with some brainstorming. Think about your topic. What do you want to say about it? Use a mind map to start to collect some ideas. Make sure you are comparing or contrasting two things that already have a connection. Be sure whether you are comparing them or contrasting them. Make a plan for your paragraph. Make sure you are presenting your ideas in a logical order. Your first draft. Don't worry about getting everything perfect at this stage. Just get your ideas on paper. Make sure you have included enough detail. Revise your draft. Follow the ARMS checklist you learned in Unit 1. Add, remove, move, and substitute. You may want to use words like firstly, secondly, and finally to introduce your various points. Edit your paragraph and write your final draft. Now that your ideas are in place, you can focus on grammar, spelling, word choice, and punctuation.